Welcome back to BudgetTravelerChris.com. We're here in Duncan, BC at Mitch I's shop. He's the guy that you might remember that came to my rescue on the RV and Souk. And look at this beautiful Mustang. Wow. What year is this Mustang, Mitch?
1989 Ford GT.
Wow. And what motor do you have in this beast?
It's got the iconic 5-liter in it.
Wow. So that's the rollerized 5-liter HO high output motor.
Exactly.
Nice. This thing will be a quick little car, eh?
It will be.
Awesome.
It's the next project to get going, so we'll be doing a lot of stuff on it. Brakes, paint, a little bit of body work. It'll be nice to bring it back to life.
Wow, can't wait to follow with this project, hey?
Absolutely. That'll be awesome.
Well,
Hopefully all your viewers will be out there and want them to see how the progress comes along in that. That'll be awesome.
And you paint cars too, so you're going to just tarp off this whole shop in here, and then you're going to paint it right in here, eh?
Yep.
Oh, that'll be great. We can't wait to show everyone how you can do that in your little shop at home, eh?
Absolutely.
And there's your brake lathe. That's the tool that you use to turn my brake rotor on my 84 RV there, eh?
It is.
Wow, that's awesome. And let's take a look at that machine a little closer. Maybe you can show me kind of how you did the rotor on it.
For sure. You always want to make sure that you have all the right cones for the size.
And the cones, they go in where the bearings go, right?
Correct.
And you have all different sizes depending on which diameter.
Exactly. So then you want to sandwich that with your correct other cone to be able to hold it in place. And then you just tighten it up. You do all your measurements.
And then that rotates, and while it rotates, the die, which are these two tools right here, the two dies right here, are the cutting, and they're carbide tipped, aren't they?
I believe so, yeah.
Which is harder than steel, so they carve off about 1/1000th of an inch at a time, is that right?
I do about a half thou, just so I get a nice, cleaner, better cut. One thing that is freezing in here, as you can check out the thermometer, it is really freezing in here.
Yeah, like we're really cold. So what are we going to do about this cold shop? Do you have a solution for that? Because
absolutely.
You can't put any more electrical power in here, and you can't put a wood stove in here, right? So
that's right.
what's the solution? What are the options?
Well, not many options out there, except for the one that I was able to find on Amazon. I'll actually show you guys. It's really nice and affordable. For $150, you get the whole kit. All you need is either a 12-volt supply of any sort, either a battery or a direct power from 110 down to 12 volt.
Wow, and only $150 from Amazon.
Nice and affordable.
Delivered right to your door.
Exactly, you can't go wrong.
And this is the unit right here on your bench. This is what they look like?
This is what they look like. They're a nice little cube. You can fit them anywhere you want.
Wow.
Make some room for it. We made our own area for this today, so
maybe you can show everybody what you need to do to prepare. Do you need to build a shelf to put it on or anything?
So yeah,
where do you locate it?
We had to make a shelf for it over here in the corner of the shop.
Okay.
And we had cut a hole for the intake and your exhaust and the wiring to go through.
Okay.
So we'll throw that in there here. The nice thing with these guys is they put a little access panel here for when you tighten up your hose clamps for your intake.
Because it doesn't come like that, does it? Did you have to put that intake on there?
I put those on, yeah.
Okay, maybe you could show people how they attach that.
For sure. So it's fairly easy. I already pre-attached these ones, but just to show you how easy it is to remove it, the access panel like that.
Oh, really?
Pull out.
Wow.
Throw it back on from underneath, just to show you. They don't leave you too much room in there.
Oh, wow. So isn't that something, eh? So you just put it on there like that, and then tighten it with a screwdriver, a straight blade screwdriver.
Just flathead here. And
wow.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be crazy tight. Snug is good.
So it doesn't fall off. Awesome. So that was $150 plus tax and plus delivery. How much was it getting it right to your door delivered?
It was just, yeah, the $150 plus tax.
Wow.
It'll hold 5 liters of diesel.
So it's a diesel heater that requires a battery. Wow. And how much capacity will it take in the diesel there?
5 liters.
5 liters. Okay.
We're going to throw that in our hole we just cut.
So you put on that intake pipe, and then you put it on the bench that you make.
Hole through the wall. So the kit may be separate, but you get the outdoor exhaust pipe that goes through your wall, so you don't catch anything on fire trying to use it.
Yeah, definitely don't want to heat up the wood too much, do you?
No.
And you think that little heater will heat this whole shop? And how many square feet is this shop about, Mitch?
This shop is I'm gonna say about 20 by 20, so
400 square feet. Wow. And what is it rated for square footage? Does it have a rating for square footage?
We'll do, I believe it's about 600 to 800 square feet.
Oh, so this will be like plenty of heat then for this area.
I would hope so, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Shouldn't take too much to get it warmed up.
Oh, awesome. There we go. We got the hole. And that's your hole that you need to drill through the wall. Is that the hole you need for the exhaust, or is that the hole you need for the intake?
That's for the exhaust. Intake, you could just use the air that we heat
from the room. Oh, okay. So that's just an exhaust hole. So the exhaust comes down and out, and the heat actually comes out from here. So the heat comes out of the back there into your shop, and then the exhaust pipe comes out underneath here. So now the exhaust will go out through the wall there. Very awesome. We've got the shelf built to put the 12-volt battery. It requires a 12-volt battery. And then you've got the hole drilled here for the exhaust, is it? That's where the exhaust will go through the wall there. So that's the fitting there that the exhaust will fit up to. And that is underneath the shelf. And then it hooks up to a battery here. And it's just a 12-volt battery, a regular 12-volt battery, right?
Exactly. So we're just going to fasten the exhaust pipe into our adapter here going through the wall. And we don't need anything crazy. We're just using a hose clamp.
You just need a hose clamp to fasten the exhaust pipe, and that's all you need for that baby, eh?
Exactly. Make sure it's nice and tight.
And what's that other thing up there? So that the air intake?
That's our air intake. We're just making sure it's all fastened to the back there, so
interesting.
Our exhaust pipe is nowhere near it, so we don't have any fires or nothing burning.
Okay, interesting. So the intake's the black one, and then the exhaust is the one with the what would you call that material around it?
It's like a woven kind of a Kevlar sock, basically.
A Kevlar sock, eh?
Yeah.
And that's the heat resistant sock.
Heat resistant, exactly. We're going to hook up our computer.
And that's the exhaust intake with a bit of an air filter on it, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
And now we're hooking up the battery, which is pretty straightforward.
Always make sure that you got your
red for positive,
red for positive,
black for negative, so that's pretty straightforward for everybody, eh?
Exactly.
And make sure your battery's charged up, right?
Yep.
Which you did, I'm sure. It's a professional that you are. And there we go. The battery is hooked up. The exhaust is hooked up. The intake was just hanging there beside it. And then do we have to do anything to the outside there, Mitch?
Well, right now it's just, no, everything...
That's the outside is done? There's no exhaust pipe?
Outside's all done.
What do we have on the outside? Let's check it out. So on the outside, we have, that's what it looks like, hey? It's just, that's the exhaust. That's the only thing you see coming out right there.
Yep, we're...
Oh, isn't that, and that's totally flush, eh? That's not even, doesn't even stick out. It's totally flush. That looks really nice. That looks like a through-hull fitting on a boat, doesn't it?
That or an RV, yeah.
Yeah, wow. So these units here, the beauty of these little units here is that they can go in RVs or boats or trucks. So now we're going to see if we can get some heat in this freezing cold shop, eh? Are you going to try to start it now, Mitch?
Let's give it a whirl.
Let's see if it works. Yeah, wow. It's getting cold in here. Boy, oh boy. And it talks to you even. Wow, and that's it? It's working? It's that easy? Listen to that. It's even got a fan that blows it. All powered by the 12-volt battery, eh?
Got a little bit of a temperature gauge on it. So
Wow.
in case we want to turn it down if we get too hot.
Look at that. Isn't that a cool little unit, eh?
That's something you can mount on wherever you like.
Wow. Awesome. Very cool, Mitch. So this is available from Amazon for $150 plus tax. Wow. Thanks for the tip of the day and how to heat up a shop with budget-friendly heaters. And there we go. For $150, that diesel heater that holds 1 gallon of fuel can run an entire night. So if you paint your car in this shop, it'll keep it warm all night long on that 1 gallon from that heater. So stay tuned, you guys. And be sure to click the link in the description below for this excellent budget-priced heater that heats up to 800 square feet for only $150 plus tax. Delivery included, right to your door. Wow, you can't beat that deal. So stay tuned to Budget Traveler for more new and exciting tips on budget traveling and budget purchases like this heater.